Are you familiar with a great sage, Moroccan sage, Rabbi Yacov Abehcera? I'm sure you know about Baba Saleh. Who did not hear about Baba Saleh? But what do we know of Rabbi Yacov? He was actually the grandfather of Baba Saleh. The reason I'm mentioning it now is because yesterday, the 20th of Teves, we had spoken about the Rambam, but it's also the Hilul of the Yortzeit of this exceptional sage. But before we speak about him, let us say thank you to Hashem. Mizmor l'Soid. Obviously, together we pray, together we give charity, together we study Torah, together we share greatness about tzaddikim, and all this togetherness is what is going to bring us together in unity and the oneness, the ultimate oneness with Mashiach and the Beis Hamikdash. So, share a little bit about Rabbi Yacov Abehcera. He was actually also called Abir Yacov. Abir means the giant, the powerful, the amazing, the exceptional. Yacov was born on the 20th day of Teves, as I mentioned, in the year 1806. Passed away in the year 1880. He was the Rav, the leader, the rabbi in the community of Tafilalat. In fact, his grandson, Abba Saleh, was also there, which is a small city in Morocco. He was a great Kabbalist, a great halachic authority, edited and wrote a number of books, phenomenal speaker, also a poet. He wrote many of the liturgy. In addition to it, he was also known that his blessings and his promises were miraculous. And it was said about him that he would merit that Elijah the prophet would come and teach him, share with him whatever was necessary. There's a tradition that says that at the age of 16 he was already familiar with Pardes, the famous garden, the Torah garden, which is the 4 different dimensions, 4 different parts of studying Torah. As I said, after he was ordained as a rabbi at a young age, he became the Rav of the Kehillah, of the community of Tafilalat. At the age of 30, he was already world recognized amongst the halachic authorities all over. And he would get questions and responding to all parts of the world, way beyond the borders of Morocco. His son and student Rabbi Aaron writes that and testifies that his father would learn every night 18 chapters of Mishnah by heart. And then he would learn Gemara and Psukim. He would sleep very minimal, never would go to bed actually. At midnight he would get up and do the lamentations for the destruction of the temple. After this he would study Kabbalahs for him till the morning, which he would start with the Shachrit prayers, morning prayers, and then he would get busy with what the Rav in the community does. But not only was he a great scholar, not only was he a great Kabbalist for his own knowledge, he was actually very much involved with the community. He would get involved in issues, family disputes. He would go around from home to collect money to help the poor people. He was eager to go to Israel, to Eretz Israel. Finally, in the year 1879, he convinced his community to let him go, and his son Rabbi Masud would take over. But unfortunately, as he traveled to Israel, going through Algeria, Tunisia, Lebanon, Egypt, and he arrived in Egypt on the 15th day of the month of Teves to Alexandria, and then on the 17th day of that month, he came to the city of Demanhur in Egypt, and there he fell ill and passed away and was buried over there. A quick story. He needed somebody to write for him to fill in. Found an exceptional scribe that he was appropriate, beautiful handwriting, pious man, and he made up with him that every time before he's going to write God's name, he would immerse himself in the mikveh and have the proper Kabbalistic thoughts. Happens to be that as he was doing this, one of God's names, he forgot to do that. Now to rewrite it was a major task, so he decided he's going to give it to him like this. When he came to Rabbi Yacov Abehcera to hand him the tefillin, he looked at it, amazing, beautiful writing. But then he started scanning the text. And then he stopped at the one name of God where this individual had omitted going to the mikveh and the special kavanat. And he asked him, there's something here. The scribe admitted, indeed. So may we pray to God that we should see him already today in the Beis HaMikdash.